Hello guys, so let's start this session. And as I have told you that there might be some noise outside because I'm outside and I'm taking this session. So what is the importance of these two sessions that I'm going to take? One is of this ethics theory, and we are going to cover case studies also because you have the content. Okay. Now I assume that all of you have the content with you. The problem is how to utilize that content. Second part is how to add value in your content. Okay, so there are two things in this whole process. One is utilizing your content and second is adding value to your content. So let's start this. Okay. Mm, so how to handle case studies. Okay, so that was the thing which I really wanted to talk. So yes, so how to handle case studies and how you are going to deal with it. So first thing is what all you need with you to write some good case studies. So first thing is that if you have good command on theory part, because you are going to use the terms, you are going to use some definition of that theory part. So if you have good command over there, then trust me, you are going to write very good case studies. Second is Lakshmikant, you are going through that for the polity, but for case studies also, even in the ethics, we are going to use Lakshmikant. What we are going to use? Preamble, fundamental rights, DPSP, and fundamental duties. Then how to use preamble, how to use fundamental right, that I'll tell you. So what is the benefit of this Lakshmikant is in the introduction or in the conclusion, you can quote the constitution. Suppose there is some issue of, let us say, environmental issue, then you can say that the constitution of India has said that in the DPSP or in the fundamental duty, you can directly quote that line, you can directly quote that article. Okay, so that will help you. Okay, uh, just स्पीड थोड़ा इसका कम कर देना बस. Yeah, so you are going to quote that fundamental right, and preamble is very helpful because you can quote that in the preamble. It is given that justice should be there. Okay, and there must be equality. So you are going to use such terms in your case studies. Then third is some good Supreme Court judgment you can quote while writing your theory part answer or while writing your case study part. Okay, if you have some good code or some basic data, so you can use the same even for the case studies. Okay, so then how to use in the conclusion part or in the introduction part, you can use those codes. Suppose there is a question on corruption and you are dealing with that case study, then you can quote some good thinker about that. If there is a question on environment or gender violence, you can quote that particular thing there. Okay, after that, do not limit to ethics. That is one thing which is very important, and please keep this thing in your mind. What happens that when we prepare ethics, we read ethics syllabus. When we write case studies, we are limited to ethics only, and that mistake I have made in my earlier attempts in the two, 2018. I came to know that even you can write about the GS content. Okay, so you can use your GS knowledge in the case study part or in the theory part, provided you have to use that in ethical side. I will show you that how we are going to use that in ethical side. So do not limit yourself to ethics syllabus only. Second thing which I have said, I think more than 1000 times till now, that is, if in question India as a term is not given, then please take global view. And you can even mention some global example. Suppose there is a question that corruption is the biggest threat which is being faced by the India. Then you have to limit yourself to India. But the same question, if that question is corruption is the biggest threat for the society or for the poor countries or anything else, and India is not given, then kindly go for the global example. One paragraph you can devote. The same funda will apply in essay. Service to the humanity is the greatest service. Nowhere it is mentioned that it is limited to India. Okay, so you have to take the global view. So service to the humanity, how some other uh, persons across the globe, they are helping the humanity, they are serving the humanity. So you have to take the global view if the question is not limited to India. Okay, then some ready-made introduction conclusion, of course. Anytime they are going to help us, and these things will help us like anything. Okay, so if you are having some good introduction and conclusion with you, that is going to help you. So this was a brief about it. Okay. uh Wasim, I will share on the channel, don't worry about that. So let's move further. Hmm. Okay, terms to be used in case study. If you have this ready-made terms with you, because several times you will find some case studies where there is a issue that your senior is saying that you cannot complain, or don't complain. Others are saying that please leave it. Then directly one solution in that particular case will be of making a like-minded people group. So what happens that in the office you will find that some of the colleagues, they were also troubled by that particular issue. So like-minded people. Second is anonymous complaint. Look, if you don't want to lose your job, but your conscience is saying that no, things are not going good, then what you can do, one anonymous complaint you can file in the same office. If you will ask me what happens of such anonymous complaints, nothing happens, because anonymous complaints does not these are not used in the official communication. But what is the impact of anonymous complaint? That your senior will get to know that someone has complained against him regarding such and such issues. So that particular person might, I am going to use term might, he might not indulge in the same uh, practices again. Then your self conscience, voice of conscience. Okay, emotional intelligence, emotional quotient. Then PIL in Supreme Court, taking into confidence this particular thing, that sometimes we face lot of issues. Sometimes there are issues that sometimes there are issues that you want to complain against someone, but you are not able to. So what you do, that you find a senior and you take him or her into confidence, that yes, he is not going to betray you and he or she is going to support you. So we give a solution like, I will take my senior into confidence. Then you can use some good moral values. I will show compassion, I will use empathy, rule of law must prevail, and these kind of terms you can use in your answer. There is one thing, while writing the case study, you must use ethical terms. Okay, and we'll come to that how that thing will be important. Important acts. Why acts are required in case study part? Sometimes you find a question that one factory or one company is polluting the environment. and due to which the health of retriever or forest is being degraded. And in such kind of question, in the conclusion or in introduction, you can use that according to Environment Protection Act, we should protect the environment. Or you can use some specific provision of Environment Protection Act, that under Environment Protection Act, this is these kind of section I'm going to use, and we will find the solution. So acts are very important. There is a question of domestic violence, then you have to write Domestic Violence Act. There is a question on corruption, you have to write Prevention of Corruption Act. There is a question on forest right, so Forest Right Act means, suppose there are tribals, nomadic tribals or other tribals, so Right Act has given them the right to means they that on that particular land where they were settled, so they can claim under this act that yes, this land now belongs to me. So by using the Forest Right Act or Prevention of Corruption Act, you make your answer from ideal to practical. Okay, there is a process, and there is a process called one emotional. So generally, those who are writing their first mains or second mains, you have gone through some topper stock. In that, they are like, "Ki, I used to make my own definition, my own example, my personal life. I used to quote as if we are God." Okay, so what happens when you are following that process? You start writing emotional answers. Emotional answers won't fetch you any good marks. So at least you have to reach to the idealism, that okay, instead of emotional, I will go to ideal. So ideally, it should be there. Then third is practical. If you want to score very good marks in ethics, you have to reach to this stage of being practical. Unless you are practical, and if you are becoming emotional fool, then you are gone. Okay, and we will talk that what this emotional, ideal, and practical thing would be. So acts are very important. You can quote in your ethics answers these acts directly. Next is checklist. Okay, so what is the role of checklist? So the this checklist should be imprinted in your mind. Okay, this checklist should be imprinted in your mind, come what may. That these are the parameters, and under such parameters, I am going to write my case study. You will get 6 case studies. If you mug up these parameters, what will happen, that generally those who are getting low score, and if I'll say in case study part, there is a problem that you have a single approach, you have a single style of writing, and by that single style of writing, you are writing all the 6 case studies. There is no diversity, there is no change in presentation, so you are going to suffer. So if you have some checklist, some ready-made headings, subheadings, that will help you. And by doing that, your answer will be diverse. When examiner will see your all 6 case study, he or she will be satisfied that yes, it is not boring. And those who are writing their first mains, you will find one thing, that whatever you are writing in question number one, the same thing you are writing in question number four, the same examples you are quoting in case studies, and you know that you are making this mistake, but you don't have diverse content. So please have some diverse content, have some good examples. SOMP has provided that list of ethics PDF, that is wonderful. Pick the example from there, your life will be easy. Okay, so that's so abide law. There is one thing, law is supreme. Okay, there is no one above the law. Come what may, you have to limit yourself to the law. You have to limit yourself to the constitution. And again I'm saying constitution is supreme. Constitution you are going to use in paper 2, you are going to use in ethics, you are going to use in essay. So some part that is preamble, fundamental right, duty, and DPSP mug up some good article related to environment, to gender, to other things. Okay. Then ethical consideration, following public service values. These are the important values which you are going to follow. Then have a long-term perspective rather than thinking short-term. So what is that? Suppose you are boss of some company and you are facing a issue. So short term, let me change the example. We all have seen Kerala flood. Okay, we all have seen what happened in Kerala during flood. So short term solution is providing relief to those who have suffered due to flood. That is short term. But as an administrator, as an IAS, or as being a senior official, you should also see that such thing should not occur again. So you should have a long term perspective. Okay, while giving the solution, if that problem you think that we can fix this problem for the future, then write long term perspective also. Do not limit yourself in just giving the solution. Second is, then fourth point is these approaches. In the notes in the notes we have shared all the approaches that what this mean. Go through the notes, mug up the definition, then use such things in your case study part. A special concern for vulnerable section is very important. That shows that you have compassion. Suppose there is a person and who is working in somewhere, and for last 1 month he didn't get his salary, but his salary was like 50-60,000 rupees, so he can manage. He approaches you. Yes, you are trying to solve his issue. But suppose there is a lady, there is a casual worker in some BMC or some municipality. Their salary is like 3,000, 4,000 rupees. And if they are not getting their salary for a single month, just imagine how can that family survive. They will not be able to survive. So here you have to show some urgency, so special concern from them. Participatory approach in leadership. There is one thing, and that thing is that you have to make a group, or you have to make a team where you have divided all the work. So it should not that you are becoming Singham, that Singham is solving all the problems and he is handling the crime with single handedly. So participatory approach is very important. It is like a teamwork. So if you have a very good team, and if your team is doing a great job, then even you will not be burdened with the extra work, and they will feel that yes, they are doing something big. Okay. So participatory approach is very important. Whenever life at stake, compassion rule over law. Of course, if someone's life is being threatened, and if you have to break some laws, then you can write that I will supersede that particular law only in this given condition. There is a condition, so only in that given condition you will do that. If you are required to act as per your discretion, keep your senior in loop. During 2009, okay, during 2009 UPA government time, there was massive protest against corruption, and there was a lot of cases: 2G scam, coal scam, this scam, and that scam. So what happened? The ministers who were handling those departments or ministries, they were being arrested and they came out of the jail. But the officers, especially the IAS officers who were signing the file, who were making the orders, they were being punished. They were being punished, and some of them were very honest. So keep your senior in loop, and always in bureaucracy there is a rule: whatever communication you are making with your senior or junior, always have a copy of that. So written copy, whatever order you are making. Suppose some minister is saying that during some protest that please open fire, and you know that if you open fire, lot of innocent people will die, and when innocent people will die, there will be a case against you. So you can ask that, sir, please give me this thing in writing. That's it. And that is practical approach. Okay. Because in Bihar, if you have seen during some scam, okay, so 2 3 4 IAS officers were being arrested, and the whole IAS lobby protested against the chief minister and said that, sir, it is fine, but from now onwards we will follow only written orders, nothing else. And that is the best practice according to the law. Okay. So these are the pointers which you should keep in your mind. Then moving next. Okay, what this is happening. So difference between ethics paper and GS paper in the terms of terminology which I was talking about. Look at this. Cause and factor in GS paper with respect to gender. Please give some time and read. Then read the ethical terms. Can you find the difference that what we do in GS and what we do in ethics? It is completely different. Okay. So here you are using ethical terms. Here you are not using other terms like this sun meter preference, class division. No, here you will write social attitude, gender apathy, poor moral fiber of the society, patriarchal mindset. Okay, so patriarchal is same. You can use, but other terms you have to differentiate. Only then your answer will look like that. It is an answer of ethics. Moving next, themes. So these are the themes which are being asked by UPSC. There are two type of case study. One, repeated themes. So livelihood, corruption, sexual harassment at work, RTI, gender violence. Okay, environment and economy. Not visible. Manshu, it is visible. I think. Is it visible, guys? Can someone please send a message? Visible. It is. Yeah. Manshu, please check your internet. Yeah. Okay. So. So these are the themes which they have asked, and out of 6 case studies, around 3 4 5 case studies you will find on these themes only. Okay, so what we are trying to do, that we are trying to give you some ready-made points. The moment you see livelihood, the moment you see corruption, so you know that these things must be in the answer. So some of the themes I will cover today, some of the themes I will cover tomorrow, and second part is random theme. So we have these themes with us, that is fine for us, but if you will get a different theme, that is completely different, which UPSC nowadays doing. One or two question they are asking from different kind of themes. So what you have then, how to handle those kind of question, that we will talk. Okay. So livelihood. Okay. So what happens? Livelihood means you are working somewhere and they are giving case study that in your office massive corruption is going on, or in your company there is threat, in your company there is threat to the environment because of the polluting nature of your company. That company is plotting norms and everything is there, but in the end there is a line, you are the sole breadwinner. Okay. Second, your sister is studying in class 8th, you are paying for her education. Third, they are saying that your parents are ill, they are having some chronic illness, so there is a expenditure for that. And then they are asking you that how you are going to solve that. So as I have said earlier, emotional to ideal to practical. Okay. So what emotional people will do, they will write in one of the option that I will quit my job because the kind of work they are doing, it is against my moral principles. Okay. That is emotional type of answer. Look, in India, okay, in India, most of the people, m- I would say 99.5% people are dependent on their job. Okay. Himanshu, everything is there. I think some issue with your. Okay. So 99.5% people are dependent on their job. And among them, 99% are not satisfied with their job. Someone wanted to become police officer, but he's working in tax department. The guy who is working in tax department, he 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 is not happy because he wanted to become police officer. Someone who is working in police, okay, and he's not happy because of stress, he wanted to work in the tax department. So 99% are not happy, but people cannot quit their job because the education, health and other costs are very high in India. It is very high. You cannot plan your travel like foreigners does, that they are traveling for 6 7 months because government is supporting them. But in our case, tax rate is high, then there are other tax. So never think. And second thing is, a good person, a good leader, he finds the solution. Yes, there is a problem, he finds the solution. Quitters cannot become good administrator, good IAS or IPS officer. They make only news, nothing else. Okay, nothing else they do. They make only news that okay, that on honest IAS officer, he quit his job. So there may be some other factors that they wanted to work something else, like Aruna Roy. She was an IAS officer, and then she was not happy with the limited work area, and she wanted to work for the society. So she quit. That is fine. But you are like, okay, there is a problem, and I cannot live with this problem. I cannot live with this environment. Then you cannot live anywhere. I think there is a one movie in South. Uh, uh, I'm not able to recall the name of that movie. And in that movie, the actor, he's like angry with all kind of corruption. So he has a normal personality, but the moment he see the corruption, he turns into devil type and start killing the people. So we don't have to become that. Okay. So quitting is not an option. Please do not. Case studies case studies are of to Aparijit. Yeah. Thank you, Aparijit. So we don't have to become Aparijit. Okay, you have to be a simple human being. So there are two kind of case studies. One where they are giving you the points that find the merit and demerit. If they are giving quitting, then you can write merit, only one merit. Please don't write five or six merit. Okay, only one merit, then demerits. You should write. And there you can say that quitting is not an option. We should find the solution of any problem. So you have to find the solution. Then you must go extra mile, but not at the cost of your job. Of course, you should not. You should never. There are methods by which you can solve a problem. Okay. So use place here. I will talk about what is place strategy. So let's see one case study on the livelihood. Please go through this case study. Fresh engineering graduate, prestigious. So prestigious. She likes the work. Salary is good. Toxic waste, health problem, colleagues, dismissed. Now read this line. She cannot risk losing her job as she is the sole breadwinner for her family. Has to support ailing parents, siblings. सारी दुनिया का भार जो है उसी पे है. At first she think if her seniors are keeping quiet, why should she stick out her neck? But her conscience, this pricks her to do something to save the river. People who depends on it. At heart, she feels that the advice of silent given by her friend not correct, though she cannot give reason for it. She think you are a wise person, learned man, and seeks your advice. What arguments can you advance to show her that keeping quiet is not morally right? So there is a moral angle here. And what course of action would you advise her to adopt and why? Please read this case study again and on pen and paper, please write the keywords given in this and please write the issue, that what is the issue in this case study. I think that question was of 20 marks, if I'm not wrong. So anyone wants to explain to me that what do you understand by this case study? What is the issue? Anyone wants to try? No one wants to try. So what is the issue here? One is livelihood. Second is environment. Third is moral dilemma. Fourth is any more issues?
Problem to society or social justice.
Social
The people
justice.
there, no, not social justice, because the people who are living in the downstream, they would be facing all these things. So it would be
Yes. So vulnerable section.
vulnerable. Yes, yes.
And suppression of decent voice. Yes. So we can say work culture. Okay. Work culture is an issue. Everyone knows that things are going wrong, but no one wants to raise their voice.
Company focusing on short-term profits
Uh, Not short-term profit. They are making very
means
good profit
short-term
out
view.
of it.
Okay.
So there is a thing that difference between public versus private. So in PubAd, public public is for service, private is for profit. So they are concerned only about the profit, nothing else. So how you are going to start this case study? Can you please take 1 minute and write introduction for this? Time is up, and try to write conclusion for this. In 1 minute. And if someone is not able to write, then send in the message box. We'll spend some good time on this case study so that you can get a proper format that how we are going to handle it, because in 14 or 15 minutes you have to write your answer. So again, the thinking part has to be very fast. And suppose there is another thing which I would like to say. Suppose no introduction or conclusion is coming in your mind, don't write. Don't waste your time in that. That sir has said that I'll have to write the introduction and conclusion. Yes, it is must, but if it is not coming, then don't spend 3 4 minutes only on writing the introduction or conclusion. You can directly start by saying that these are the issues involved in the above given case studies. Then one is what argument can you advance, that following arguments I will. Second is what course of action would you advise her to adopt and why. So directly you can, because those who are going to write introduction and conclusion, suppose the question is of 20 marker, the best marks you can get is like 14. Without that you will get like 11 or 12. But if you are delaying the finding the solution part, then it would become problematic for you and you might get only 7 or 8. I hope everyone has tried to write. Okay, so as I have said, we are not limited by ethics. uh, we can use GS knowledge. Okay, so here the main issue is of environment, and you are stuck with that company, so livelihood is different. If I look at this case study, the main challenge is of environmental challenge, and you are the one who is going to solve that. So there are two things: one is environment, second is you. So you are the boss, that yes, I'll have to solve this. And who is you? You means the one who is giving the argument, the one who is telling her that what you should do and how to do it. Okay, so there are two angles to it. And when environment is involved, you can use Environmental Protection Act for this, because there are norms, there are proper norms for that. You can use constitution, you can quote some article that that according to the Constitution of India, in DPSP or in fundamental duty, it is said that it is our moral duty to preserve the environment, that include everything, lake, river and other things. So find that article, mention that. That could be your introduction, or you can write the same in your conclusion. So introduction, one, you can use constitution and other things. Second, if nothing is coming to your mind, what you can do, that you can directly hit the question, that in the above given case study, the points which we have discussed, that these issues are involved: livelihood, environmental challenge, pollution and other things. Okay, so that is your introduction, that's it. Now question has two parts. In case study, there are question which have two parts, there are question which have three parts. Try to give equal weightage to all the parts. Suppose in a question they are asking that uh, please mention the stakeholders involved. Okay, so of course you cannot write one page. If there are two parts, you mention the stakeholders involved and how you are going to solve that case is the issue. So you are not supposed to write full page, but at least give half page to that. Give respect to all the parts. So what arguments can you advance to show her that keeping quiet is not morally right? So scripture, scriptures are always helpful in case studies. Okay, whenever some moral dilemma, whenever some issue comes, you can use the knowledge given in the religious books or some motivational books or some different approach. You can say that according to Gita, according to Bhagavad Gita, if some wrong is going in front of you, and if you are not saying anything against that, that is morally wrong. So you can quote Bhagavad Gita. First thing is that. So here the issue is of motivating the girl. That look, read the question. What arguments can you advance to show her that keeping quiet is not morally right? So you have to give some argument, but what is the end purpose of that? That she should feel motivated, because there is lot of ethical dilemmas going on in her head, and she needs your help, and she wants to listen what she is what she is trying to feel, or what she is trying to do. If you are telling her the same thing, then she will feel that yes, I was right, that it was morally not right for me to keep quiet. So we'll give this religious book or some motivational book or some anything, wala funda. So arguments you have to give. So how many argument you are going to give? So one is book, second is example. Okay, whenever you try to talk to someone, and if you have to motivate the other person, so examples must be there. That look, that issue was there, and due to that particular person, they were not displaced, or uh, whatever environmental harm that particular industry was causing, the company had to pay the compensation, as well as they had to upgrade the technology. Because today, in today's world, there are ample technology available, so that these toxic industries, if they use such technology, then less environmental harm will be there. So example you can quote. I think there was one example of a man, this recently, I think last year, he got some award. Um, some Vedanta plant, I think some Vedanta plant in Odisha, Niyamgiri, if I'm not wrong. I think that name is correct. So in that hill, that plant was to be started, and he raised his voice, and because of his pressure, that plant didn't get the NOC from the environmental agencies. So you can give that example to her. So this is our first argument with example. That's it. Then what you have to do, whenever you are trying to motivate someone, always quote some personal story of yours. If you are not having that story, quote the story of some colleagues, so that that feel should be there, that yes, they have done it. Because when you are giving example of Niyamgiri, that girl does not know him. It is just a good example for her. But when you say that, look, during that time, those bad things were happening in our company or plant. I raised my voice. I did that. I used such techniques, and that issue was solved. So other person can correlate with your personal example. That yes, he has done that. Even I can do that. So that is argument number two. So personal life, your personal life. Then what is fourth? Fourth argument is about the livelihood. So you have to produce some content on that side, because had she not uh, been in such a bad condition, she would have raised her voice. She would have not worried about losing the job, but she cannot. So you have to talk to her about the livelihood issue. That look, yes, you are having the livelihood issues, but despite of that, we can find a way out where your job will not be threatened. Because only because of that pressure, that her job might uh, not be there in that company, she's afraid. So from livelihood side, fourth argument, one or two example you can give that if you will follow the right process, then your livelihood will not be threatened. I hope one page is complete. Your half work has been done. Okay. In this, if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask. In the part one,
Sir, can we mention a name of movies to that correlate with this incident to motivate?
yes, you can, but I had made this mistake earlier with my one attempt. Okay, so what happened that there was one case a study. One girl, she was working in USA. She left her job to change the life of India. She wanted to work for the people of India. And in my mind, during I am telling you this real story. So what happened in my mind? There was a song of Chitti Aiye. Okay, so that song rang in my mind that okay, because of that song, many Indians came back to India and they started living in their own homeland. And it has happened after that song. Many Indians came back. So first
Okay.
paragraph, I was writing that, and I was like, examiner will be impressed, and he'll give you the and he will give me the maximum marks. After finishing the paragraph,
Mm.
I read the case study again. So it was not about just coming back to India, but changing the life of Indians. So second movie came
Okay.
in my mind, Swadesh.
Sorry.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so next paragraph I wrote Swadesh, and then I was fed up that man, you are gone. In this case, a study examiner is not going to give you any marks, and I was like feeling very funny that I'm quoting the songs and movies, but that went wrong. If it can connect directly, if you have a particular movie which can connect to this incident directly, then you can. So which movie is in your mind?
Okay. No, no, I'm just asking as of now.
Yeah, I think no movie of such nature. But yes, if you can, then you can quote. But do not
Okay.
commit the mistake which I had
Yeah.
committed. So
Yeah.
one whole page was gone just to justify that this incident connect to this particular movie or song.
Okay.
Any more doubts, guys? In first part, any more doubt? No doubt. So let's proceed to part two. Okay, I think there is one doubt. Okay, so let's proceed to part two. Write it down somewhere. Whenever you are going to give argument, suggestion, course of action, even you are giving, or the question is asking how you are going to deal with it, you have to write multi-dimensional answer. I'll share that. That incident also happened with me during exam hall. Multi-dimensional answer, multi-dimensional solutions, they will fetch you more marks, not the unidirectional. So when you are giving argument and you are talking that look in Gita it is said it is morally wrong, and you are stuck only with Bhagavad Gita, you are stuck only with Krishna and Arjun, then the examiner cannot find diversity in that. But you are giving some diversity. Same goes for course of action also. Do not limit to one course of action. Always give multi-dimensional course of action. Some issues, okay, some issues, and I will explain that in another case study. Some issues require step by step solution. Okay, step by step. That first I will do this, then I will do that, then I will do that. Some require only solution, which you can choose anyone, any of the solution you can choose. But there are some case study which require step by step solution, and we'll cover that in another part. In this part, what course of action would you advise her to adopt and why? So it is type 2, this solution wala. Okay, this case study is type 2 solutions. You give her advice, solution, that look, these are the solutions available to you. Okay, and then you are telling why, that why I'm giving these solutions. And then in the end, in this case study, in the end, you are going to say that I would advise her to use this particular solution. Here advice is there, it's on her whether to accept it or not. She might come to you and you are giving all the advices, and tomorrow you are finding that she's doing her job uh, without concerning about the environment. So here your role is limited to advice. Okay, please write down four advices, only point that okay, this advice, this in the solution form in one single minute. So did you find the solution? I think your 1 minute is about to over. So please stop writing anything, and can someone please share the solution? Four course of action. And anyone who has faced a serious issue that I'm not even able to think any solution. So please send the message, or you can unmute your audio and tell me. Anyone please? तुषार, चार solution क्या निकले भाई बताओ. Okay.
So a group of like-minded people to convince like first company authorities and
Okay.
give them like भोपाल गैस ट्रेजेडी का एग्जांपल देके समझा रहा था कि वो भी वायलेंस ऑन नेचर था और कैसे बहुत इफेक्ट हुआ.
Okay. So one is like-minded people. In such kind of question, you must write it. It is a valid point and it saves your time and energy. Okay. So forming a group of like-minded people and talking about this issue and trying to put pressure, okay, on the administration. Then use of technology Look, Sandhya, this use of technology is a suggestion. Okay, that suggestion you can make, but it's up to the company whether to use it or not. Anything else? Talk with villagers. Yes. Okay, so let me give you some fantastic funda to think. Anonymous complaints. Yes, yes, yes. So that funda is uh, place. What is place? P for practical, L for legal, A for administrative, C for constitutional, uh, E for ethical. Okay, place strategy helps when you do not have anything in your head. In yesterday's session also I said, if you are having heading subheading in your mind, then it becomes easier for you to think that from where from where I should start thinking. Okay, so in this case, first thing, like-minded people is administrative administrative side of solution. It is another solution. So l- like-minded people, another solution is complaint to higher authority. And how to complain? Anonymous, because in the end सब मिले रहते हैं, ठीक है? So suppose that higher authority also know about this issue, and they are keeping quiet, then it would become problematic for you to survive. Again, you are back to the square one, where your job will be threatened. Okay, so administrative, two solutions we have found. Constitution we have used in introduction or conclusion. Okay, then practical side, villager से बात कर लो, talk with the villagers. But when you are talking with the villager, someone might come and tell the administration that your one of the staff has met us. So you can say that you can send someone else who can talk to the villagers, who can say that uh, what is this going on. Okay, legal side, complaint to who? Complaint to who? Tell me quick.
NGT, sir? Or it would be too
NGT.
high?
NGT best. Just complain to NGT, they will handle it. Okay, so from the legal side, because we know that NGT takes proactive step, so directly say that one formal complaint, and it has to be formal, not informal. One formal complaint to the NGT will be made, then NGT will handle that issue. CPCB, look, you can complain to CPCB, but if you will see that CPCB try to control the pollution, even that point was in my mind. CPCB is trying to control the pollution. CPCB impose fines, but such kind of company, and if you really want some action, that then that action can be taken by NGT. So NGT is the best, and in that you can quote the Tamil Nadu incident of that particular company. I think last year that pollution caused massive protest, and NGT said that you have to stop. So complaint to NGT, a formal complaint will be made to NGT. Then ethical side, yeah, Esterlite. So ethical solution is, what is ethical side? So ethical side solution. So in the course of action, you would advise her that yes, you are showing compassion to the environment, but now you have to show the leadership qualities or anything you can use. As of now, not a very good term is coming in my mind. But what we do in ethical side, suppose there is a situation where some drug issue or other issues are going on, then we take the help of religious authority and we tell the people from the ethical side that it is immoral to consume these drugs, they are not going to help you. Okay, so place is one particular strategy which which will give you the confidence that yes, I can think, I can find the solution, and you are not going to write that practically this solution, legally this no. You will just write that these course of action I would suggest. You will not say that practical, this one legal. It is just a subheading to think, under which you find the solution. Are you getting it, guys? So the moment you divide your solution in place, that okay, you are working in a office, so there has to be a administrative solution, there has to be a legal solution, there has to be ethical solution, and what is the practical solution? So what is practical thing? Villagers, even legal side, complaining to NGT, it is practical. Okay, so don't think that okay, it is legal then it cannot be practical. It is just 5 point strategy headings under which you can think. Are you getting it? It makes your life easier. So four important points you have, very good points. Like-minded people, one. Second is complaint to higher authority, anonymous. Complaint to NGT, talking with the villager, giving them some ethical gyan, like you are a god, and and advising them that it is not good for your health, it is not good for your future generation, it is immoral, whatever they are doing, it is illegal and all. So your job is done. So you have found the solution. So course of action. In this course of action, you would advise these four things and why. I think why part now you guys can write. I think so. That why. And tell me which solution you will say that I would advise her that this is the best solution. Practical solution. So what is the best? Prac- Practically what? So among these, forget the heading subheading. Which solution out of four? Number one, villager. Second, complaint to NGT. Third, like-minded people. Fourth, higher authorities. Anonymous complaint. Among these four solutions, which solution you would suggest her that you should use this particular uh, course of action? Quickly tell me in the chat. NGT. Others, please write. You can have a different kind of best solution. I have no issue with that. When only course of action is asked, then why to go for various options? Yes, I will tell you why. And why not directly hit the final solution? We should not always go for multidimensional answer. NGT, yes. ZXC, anonymous because others. Yes, you have valid uh, point of view. You can choose any, but how you are justifying that matters. Either you all guys start sending your views on the chat, or I'll directly start taking the names. Choice is yours. NGT is easy to justify. So we'll say NGT or anonymous one is also good. Even villager one is good. The only thing is how you are going to justify this. Then in the conclusion. So in the conclusion, what you are going to write? You are having a issue. You are having a problem. Okay, and there is a problem. But the moment you get the solution, you are happy. So in the conclusion, you can write some ethical thing that after that conversation, she got the confidence, she found the way out, and she is finding peace within. ऐसा कुछ बना के you can write some good lines. Okay. Any doubt till now, please feel free to ask. Yes, yes, avoiding crisis of concerns. Only the best part you are going to justify. Yes, 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 yes. Uttam, you can use the fundamental duties.
Sir, can whistleblowing be a course of action?
Yes, it can be that you are leaking that information to the media, and
Local
media is
media and
taking cognizance of that issue.
yes, and they can
You can.
well, the legal complaint to NGT we will do, and also can we do to district administration, or that wouldn't be valid also?
Then you will lose your job. The DM will call the company manager that let's sit together, have lunch or dinner, and DM will say that look, from your company, that girl is complaining against you. What to do? Then you will lose your
Yeah,
job.
no, but that is the practical thing. But in answer sheet also that would imply the same.
Yes, it will,
Anonymous and
because
all.
you don't know. You don't know.
Yes.
Look, just read this case study again. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
In a prestigious chemical industry, so prestigious people, prestigious companies, they have their prestigious contacts. Okay. SP knows
Yes.
them, DM knows them, everyone knows them. You don't know whether your DM is honest or not. You don't know whether your DM can go for extra mile or not. NGT will hammer the company that look, this is the condition and these are the toxic wastes and they are polluting the river. NGT will send the team will check the pollution level, and it will automatically become a news that NGT has summoned that particular company.
Okay. Okay. That's for
Okay.
sure. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Any doubt, anything? Anyone?
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Sir, who will complain in NGT?
you will complain.
Anonymously, sir.
नहीं, वहाँ तो you can send the formal complaint.
Sir, but that would require a lawyer and some fees, na?
No. I think you can email the NGT, or even if you don't want to, then you can anonymous, but proper email. Everything is there.
Sir, will NGT take cognizance of
Yes.
some anonymous complaint?
NGT is a very good body. Trust me on this. Whenever they get any complaint, They take the cognizance of that matter. They send their proper team to check what is going on.
Sir, I am saying so because you're casting some as person on district administration, na? So
Yes.
that could be applicable to NGT also.
No, no, no. If the look, suppose you are working in a office, okay, and
Okay.
Himanshu, now you are DSP, okay.
Mhm.
Under you, there are, let's say, 6, 7, 8 sub inspectors. Okay,
Okay, sir.
I have complained against a particular sub inspector that he is corrupt. He has demanded bribe from me, but that is anonymous. The moment
Okay.
you will get that complaint, how how can you act? How can you act when you don't know who is complaining? You don't know whether your officer has demanded bribe or not. Then you will
Yes, sir.
inquire from others that whether he indulge in such practices or not, and they would say no sir,
Correct,
he's
sir.
very honest. You will not take any action. But i if I will complain against that particular sub inspector with my name, contact number, everything, then it becomes your duty, and legally you are bound to take the action. Legally you are bound to uh, ask your vigilance section. They will put that particular complaint in the file, and you will have to show that what action you have taken. So formal and informal. So formal is always better. But district administration,
Okay,
I'm
sir.
saying you don't know because it's a prestigious company.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
DM
can
might
understand.
say,
So,
and DM
but
is
the
bound to
problem
take
is,
some action. Okay, let me
yes, sir.
further tell you that if I'm making a formal complaint, DM is bound to take the action. But DM has told the company manager that look, that girl has made the complaint. In the private
Yes,
company,
sir.
if you want to remove any employee, there are 1000 methods for that. You can make her life worst by giving worst kind of feedback for her. Next time when she'll apply for a job, she'll face the massive trouble to get a job. It is not a government
Yes,
job,
sir.
because in सरकारी 60 साल तक सरकार को झेलना पड़ेगा, अनलेस कोई बहुत बड़ा स्कैम या कुछ मर्डर वर्डर किया हो तो, वरना चलते रहते हैं केस, बट इट इज प्राइवेट.
Yes, sir. Sir, can we handle this case study in we can say that first she should exhaust all the internal mechanisms and then she should go for these things like NGT and more.
No, 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 no. You are not supposed to make a holistic ending. You can say that practically I would advise her that directly go for NGT, because you have done your job. Suppose you are that girl and you are facing that ethical dilemma and all, and you are not able to sleep. The moment you find the
Yes, sir.
solution right to NGT, you have done your job. You are happy that yes, I have done it. So you will find the peace. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank
Can
you.
we give course of action in ZXG, ZXC? This question is not about steps. This question is about advices. I will show you where steps are required. Don't worry about that. First, anonymous complaint. Okay. No, no, no. Here you are going to give only suggestions. You are not here for giving the course of action that first do this, first do that, then. Because what course of action would you advise her to adopt and why? So I would advise her following course of actions and why. In the end, as per me, going to NGT is practical one, or others were saying like anonymous one. So if you want to write, so I would say go for anonymous. It will not lead to company closure. Okay.
Sir, apart from justifying that going to NGT will give me moral peace, can we also write that because if we follow any other process, it will lead to delay, and within that time, the environment degradation will be continuing. So to
Yes.
minimize the environmental degradation, it's better to go to NGT at
And
first.
there is another approach na, that someone was saying that can we contact the media and leak the information. So what you can do, that you
Yes.
have approached the NGT, so your job is done, and
Yes.
still you are thinking that nothing is happening, then you can leak that particular email to the media. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
but
Great.
but
Great, sir.
but three four course of action are sufficient, because only one paper among all the GS paper, that is ethics, where every second count, each and every single second counting. If you are losing 15 seconds in one particular area, then you are going to suffer. Okay, so fourth solution, good one. Move on to the next case study. That's what you are required to do. Any
Got it,
doubts
sir.
till now? So let's move to other topic. Let's finish one or two more things, because you guys don't have the liberty of time, and I don't want to waste your time. Okay, then second thing is RTI question. So how to handle RTI question? RTI as master key of governance. You can quote this in introduction. Yes, Tushar. How did you justify the action? So when you are saying that you should send someone to the villagers, under that solution only, under that course of action only, you will say why you are going to do, because this. Then second, because this. So these are the justification from your side. Your role is to give advice. That's it. I have given you this advice because of this. Okay. How many paras? So you will write that following course of action. I would advise her. Number one is uh, making an anonymous complaint to the higher authorities. One line. Then you are justifying it in 2 to 3 lines. Then one, two to three, and this much space you get in the ethics copies. You get like 3 pages, so you can write that. So 4 or 5 lines for one particular course of action. Is that clear? Okay. So RTI. Okay, RTI is a technical topic. RTI comes in GS2. RTI comes in ethics. Both are different, but we'll use some of the common themes of RTI. So you can use this line: RTI is a master key of governance, or RTI led to accountability and other things. So you can say that safeguard against extractive institute. So you can quote this. These two sections, these three sections, these are very important. One or two section are all there. I think section 24 and section 5D. So I'll you will get that in the notes. Okay. So it is technical. In other case studies, what will happen, that you will get generic questions. We have solved one question of environment. It is generic. That okay, we will use legal side, we will do this, we will do that. But but RTI itself is a law. So when it is technical, you are going to mention the particular section. Only then your answer would be complete. Otherwise, writing only generic points won't help you in any case. Okay, just hold for a second, guys. Okay, so it is a technical topic. So you are going to use particular section. Other students won't use it. So you will get like 13, 14 marks. Other will get like 8 or 10 marks. So you can get edge in technical topics. Okay, so these are the terms: informed decision making, harness, fourth pillar of democracy. These things you can use in introduction or conclusion. Okay, so directly move towards a question. And before coming to that, this particular question, Tushar has asked one. What is that? Wait, yes, Tushar has asked one particular doubt. Let me talk about that doubt. Oh, that's why online education is headache for people who are technologically illiterate like me. Tushar, you were asking that why not directly jump to the one particular argument and we'll handle that. Okay. I think in 2017 or 18, there was a question. In that question, there is a boss, and you and boss share good friendship. Okay. Boss has invited you for dinner. You heard some noises of beating. So that is domestic violence. But in the office, boss is very good. Boss is boss, and he is so helping and all. Again, that question was a link to livelihood. And if you give me one minute, then I think I can pose that question. That is very good question. Uh, Sorry guys for small delay. Yeah, someone has posted that question in the comment box. Guys, can you please read this comment of ZXC? And I cannot copy this. Yesterday also I tried. Oh, thankfully. I think everyone is able to read this question, right? Okay, so I have posted this question and I hope everyone is able to read this question. So, young, aspiring, sincere Bharat Sarkar के employee, assistant है, director है. Since you have joined recently, you learn a lot in progress. Your senior is very kind, ready to train you for your job, intelligent, well informed, knowledge of various department. In short, you respect your boss and are looking forward to learn a lot from him. Since you have good tuning with the boss, he started depending on you. One day, due to ill health, घर घर बुलाया. Then this incident happened. Okay. Full question. Okay. In such a they have given some option. Is it visible to all of you? This question, I hope, visible to all of you, right? Okay. Next day, you inquired. His behavior is very bad with his wife. He also beats up his wife. His wife is not well educated, simple woman in comparison to her husband. You see that through your boss is a nice person. He is engaged in domestic violence at home. So part one is just ignore thinking about it because it is their personal matter. Okay, there is a rule, and what has happened that when you are writing the means, you might say, that there is no issue with that. It's their personal matter, but wrong is wrong, whether it's legal or moral. In terms of moral wrong, we might not be able to force anyone to change their behavior, but when it is legally wrong, it is wrong. So you will not accept this. So analyze each option with its consequences. So just ignore thinking about it because it is their personal matter. You are going to write in the consequences and you are going to analyze it, that it cannot be the solution because you are a young, aspiring, and sincere employee and it is a legal offense. So you will not accept it. Then report the case to the appropriate authority. So you will write, and in the analysis part, you will say that authorities must know about their behavior. But what happens when you are reporting a crime to the authority, higher authority? Generally, they ignore and they would come back to the first point that it is his personal matter. His wife should complain to the police. Okay, so that is the case. But you have to write up some points in this. And third, your own innovative approach towards situation. So what happened with me during this means that I was writing this case study, and my optional is philosophy, so I became philosopher. I started quoting Bhagavad Gita. I started quoting moral values, that it is inhuman, you please put yourself in her position and think about it. And I'm giving gyan to him, and I forgot that he is my boss. Okay, he is my boss. And when you are talking to your boss regarding anything, and those who are government employees, you know that how we generally behave in front of our boss. We do not have the liberty. The moment you open your mouth about this particular case, your bonding with the boss is gone. He will not put you in the same position, in the same bonding where you have been with him. So yes, you can say that I will try to talk with the boss. And Tushar, you were saying that why not directly going for the solution? Can you please tell me what kind of solution you would suggest in this particular condition?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Uh, सर
It
इसमें
is
तो
like
ऑप्शंस दिए हुए हैं
it is like in the Mela we hear voice, na? Your voice is echoing.
सर मेरे आने से ही कौन लग गया ओके
It is fine.
अब सही है सर
अब सही है.
हाँ वो थोड़ा सा मीडियम चेंज किया तो थोड़ा देखने में इशू है तो फर्स्टली सर जैसे इसमें तो इतने सारे ऑप्शंस दिए हुए हैं तो हमें पहले उनकी एवेल्युएशन करना पड़ेगा
बिल्कुल.
देन एक फाइनल ऑप्शन पे आएंगे बट जैसे
नहीं
कहीं
नहीं
होता है
नहीं
कि कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन
नहीं
डायरेक्टली
नहीं.
पूछा है
इसमें इसमें in this particular question, two
जी
options are given to you. You have to analyze those. But in the end,
हम्म
the examiner is asking your own innovative approach towards situation.
हम्म
So, what innovative approach you would use?
सर इसमें इनोवेटिव अप्रोच एज एन तो यही कि आउट ऑफ द लीगल मेथड या आउट ऑफ मतलब जो भी मेंशन्ड है उसके मतलब आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स ही जाना पड़ेगा
Out
तो
of the box
मतलब
जाना
ये
पड़ेगा. Yes, yes. लेकिन वो क्या क्या वो रहेगा वो?
सर वैसे आइडिया तो बहुत सारे हैं बट वो पता नहीं इसमें मैटर करे भी ना करें क्योंकि बहुत बार हम आंसर वर्बोस लिखने के चक्कर में कुछ भी लिख देते हैं जैसे हो गया कि एनजीओज को बता दिया बाकी सिविल सोसाइटीज को इन्फॉर्म कर दिया देन या फिर आपकी खुद की वाइफ है आप खुद मैरिड है अपनी वाइफ को भेज दिया ठीक है देन
नहीं तुम्हारा जो आपका जो इशू था ना, आपका कहना था कि मैं एक ही सॉल्यूशन को लेके पकड़ के उसी के बारे में मैं बात करता हूँ. उसमें दिक्कत क्या है? क्यों मैं कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन बहुत सारे दूं?
हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल
तो इसमें मेरे साथ में क्या
हाँ
हुआ था, मैं ना बताता हूँ कि पूरा ना बस
जी जी
फिलोसफिकल ज्ञान गया और दो तीन लंबे लंबे पैराग्राफ लिखे, इमोशनल आंसर लिखा. Emotional
अच्छा
answer won't fetch you very good marks. Trust me on that. So you become emotional that I'm talking to the boss और वो हृदय परिवर्तन करा देंगे और वो सब करा देंगे. कुछ नहीं होता है.
हम्म
You have to be practical. And what is practical in this? So how you are going to solve? You are going to solve with the help of place. Go for the
अच्छा
place. In the place, how many options can you produce? So, and there was one another doubt I think Jad XC was having. Okay, so the doubt was step by step. Here you can mention step by step solution. That because you are going to solve. Here it is not that what you are going to advise. So initially I will make like-minded group. Uh, one group of like-minded people will talk about it. And if I feel that no one is interested, as he's the director has many powers. Okay,
हम्म
so they might not be interested in that. Then second is what? Contacting the helpline number of this gender related crime. So women helpline number is there. Right now I forgot the number of that. I think that is mm, during means I had that number. Means in my mind. Helpline 1091. So national uh, women helpline number is 1091. Complain to them that such things are going on in this particular house. There was a point in this case study that uh, his wife is not well educated and is a simple women comparison to her husband. So someone might think that why not to talk to her wife. So first He's not some any wife. He's wife of your boss. And the problem with, I'm sorry if anyone takes the offense of it, but the problem with such kind of simple wife is, you are going to tell her that it is wrong, you must complain. She will definitely complain, but not to the police, to his husband. And next day your boss will beat you in the office like anything, that how dare you go and beat my wife. Okay, so this is the problem with this condition. She will not do anything. So do not think that, okay, if I'll pursue her, I'll do that. She might, she will not. There is a two option approach. One is going to NGO or women helpline number. Second is going to the police. So there are two options, going to NGO or police. Which one, which option you would like to use? Can anyone please tell me? NGO or police? Fast, guys, fast. In the chat box, please message.
Sir, I think the NGO would be a better option because उसमें रीजन ही देना पड़ेगा एंड और उन्हें बस ये बता दिया जाएगा कि वो घर है, उसमें ऐसी आवाजें आती हैं, ऐसी एक्टिविटीज होती हैं, ऐसे रूमर्स हैं.
There is one advantage of going to NGO is counseling. Police walas, so we know that if you go to the police, then police walas will say, who are you? Who the hell are you? Then they will say that, okay, we'll see that, ask the women to come to the police station, file the case, then we'll take the action, which she'll not do. So NGO is always better because there is a counseling part. So the women will get the counseling. Then NGOs will meet your boss, that why you are doing all such things. NGO will threaten your boss that, look, we'll take the legal action against you. Okay, so NGO is much better. I hope I have made myself clear. So that is step number 2, that I will do that, and then your answer becomes complete. Because after that nothing is left, and if you are still looking that, okay, if NGO won't help, then what would I do? You will not be able to think about other options, and you will waste your time. Okay, any doubts? Any doubt, guys? Option number 1, making like-minded group, like-minded people group. Consequences of that option is that you will get to know that, yes, if others are with you, then you can contact the higher, then you can put the pressure, or anything you guys can do. ऑप्शन नंबर 1 क्वेश्चन में नहीं दिया है. ऑप्शन नंबर 1 हम बना रहे हैं लाइक माइंडेड पीपल. We are making a small like-minded people group in the office. That it is right, that it is wrong. Okay, ZXC, you get it what I'm trying to say? And second is NGO. That's it. No. In the end, your innovative approach towards situation, they have asked you to do that. In the question they have asked, they have given you 2 options. Just ignore thinking about it because it is personal matter. Second is report the case to appropriate authority, and C is your own innovative approach towards situation. So here you have to innovate. Rest 2 you are just going to analyze. That's it. how to explain point A. Point A is when you you form a group of like-minded people, and if all agrees that it is wrong, then they can put pressure on the boss that it is not right. So it is like when you are in group, let us say there are 50 employees in a company. Okay, so there are 50 employees in the company, and only one or two person feel that we should raise our voice. Your boss will hammer you, both of you. But in your company, 30 people are saying that boss, you are wrong. He cannot hammer 30 people. Whenever government employees go for strike, they go for strike in mob, because they know that only one or two if go for strike, then proper legal action will be taken against you. Doubt clear? Okay, let's move to that RTI wala thing. Let's finish one more diverse case study.
Uh, Sorry to interrupt,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
What I'm asking here is that could you share the slide again, please?
I have removed the slide, I think. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So here they're saying analyze each option with its consequences.
Yes.
So the first option is just ignore thinking about it because it is their personal matter.
Yes.
So what am I going to write in this?
Okay, okay, okay. You were okay.
this
Okay.
analysis? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you were trying to ask about option number A. So in the option number A, just ignore thinking about it because it is their personal matter. Analyze. So in the analysis, you are going to write that it is morally wrong on my side if I have seen such a plight of his wife, and if I will not do anything morally, it is not right. First, second, crisis of conscience will be there because I will be troubled. And look, you have immense respect for your boss, but when you have heard all those stories and all those things, so that respect is gone, right? And he will treat you in a better way. But now you are not comfortable. You are like, please don't. You are not a such good man. Consequences of that in this analysis, so in the analysis side you are saying that it is morally wrong on my part of choosing this option or uh, just ignoring it. In the consequences you are going to write that the consequences of this option is that for the rest of her life she is going to face this domestic violence issue, number one. Second thing, for the rest of life, i I will personally feel that I could have done something for her, but I didn't. Okay, is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, deprivation of. Okay, so let's quickly go towards the RTI wala. So RTI, okay, please read the question quickly. This kind of case studies, it is easy, okay, because they given you the options, and this merit and demerit type, it is comparatively easy for us because now we have options in front of us. We don't have to make any options, and we can simply put merit and demerit of each of the options. And then in the end, they have made your life tough by saying, also please indicate without restricting to above option what you would like to advise, giving proper reasons. So in this case study, were the issues that you are PIU, you have done something and which is not all right, and there were other employees who were party to that decision, were disclosing to the information is likely to lead a disciplinary action with possibility of punishment against him as well as his colleague. Non-disclosure parties benefit disclosure will result in lesser punishment or no punishment. The PIO is otherwise an honest and considerate person, but this particular decision on which RT has been filed turn out to be wrong. He comes to you for your advice. Okay, the following are some options which evaluate. One, PIO could refer matter to his superior officer, seek his advice, and act strictly in accordance with the advice, even though he is not completely agreement with the advice of superior. Okay, so what is the merit that you will get? The formal advice from the superior. Second merit is it is according to the law. Okay, the question where merit and demerits are there, and the questions where merit and demerit are there, and you have to choose one particular option among the given options. Okay, so first go through all the options, and the option which you are going to choose, you will write more merit in that option, and you will write very less demerits in that particular option. So it's like 4 merit or 1 or 2 demerit, even 1 is sufficient. And the option which you know that I will not choose that option come what may. Okay, so in that thing in that thing what you are going to do, you are going to write only 1 merit and many demerits. Guys, please hold for a second. I think I have made myself clear. So I think I have made myself clear here. Okay, so option number 1, it is according to the law, it is formal process, you will get a proper advice. Okay, demerit of this, that you are not agreement with the advice of the superior. Demerit is this, that here you don't have the discretionary power, you have to act. The moment some matter reaches to the higher authorities, then your role is gone, you cannot do anything. Second option is PIO could possess on leave and leave the matter to be dealt by his successor in office or request for transfer or the application to another PIO. Quitting is not an option, as I have said in the earlier case study also. We don't quit. So here what will happen? Passing the buck to someone else. So if you are not taking the decision, it is not a good trait of an administrator. So here you will be talking about some ethical values, that look, this particular ethical value will be violated. Okay, merit is now you are not worried. Okay, then let someone else take that decision and you don't have to face anything. Then PIO could weigh the consequences of disclosing the truthfully, including the effect on his career, and reply in a manner that will not place him or his career in jeopardy. But at the same time, a little compromise can be made on the contents of the information. What is the issue with this particular option? Quickly tell me. Yes, in letter, not in spirit. Second thing is, it is the violation of RTI. RTI is one of the best act India have, and trust me, no other act has such power when it comes to disclosing the information. Earlier, what used to happen that if someone is asking information about anything, then officers used to say according to official secret and we cannot disclose it. But RTI has converted documents from secret documents to normal. Now public can access that. If you see 2008, 9, 10, 11, all the corruption scandals, they were out because of RTI. Many RTI activists were being killed. So RTI is very unique kind of act. So integrity issue, yes, integrity issue, honesty issue, right? Then option number 4, our PIO could consider other colleague who are party to the decision and take action as per their advice. So the main crux of it that some decision was taken that was wrong. Okay, here you are stuck because the moment you are disclosing the proper information, then you will have to face the consequences. In the question, it is not given that what kind of wrong decision you have taken. So they are saying that disclosure of the information is likely to lead to disciplinary action with possibility of punishment against him as well as some of his colleagues. So some decision has been taken, honest and good person, to be ready to face the consequences. Okay, in that consequences, in that disciplinary inquiry thing, you can put your point of view that why such things were being done, why that decision was being taken, and why it is not as per the law or anything that we can say. So in the end, indicate what you would like to advise or giving proper reason for this. I think that is the best one. Yes, there is punishment, yes, there is administrative punishment for this, no doubt about it, but you cannot say yes, action taken in good faith will yes, but you cannot say that no, I will not do this and I will not disclose it. So that is a question mark on your own honesty and uh, the qualities which you have. That's what I feel. Anyone wants to disagree or anything, please let me know. quickly ask quiz, quickly ask and let me know. भूख लग रही है यार.
So sir, finally, what's the advice?
Yes, Himanshu.
Sir, finally, what is the advice?
हिमांशु आवाज नहीं आ रही यार.
Sir, finally, what is the advice for that PIO?
Yeah. My? I didn't get you, Himanshu, what you are trying to say.
Yes, sir. Sir, I am asking. So finally, what would you suggest that PIO?
That face the consequence.
Should he
आपको जो RTI है,
facing?
जो RTI में इंफॉर्मेशन मांगी है,
Yes, sir.
उस डिसीजन के अकॉर्डिंग वो आप शेयर कर दीजिए.
Okay.
वहां पे हम लिखेंगे as PIO is an honest and conscientious person.
Yes.
So he will face the consequences disciplinary in the disciplinary action thing. He will have the right to tell that why that particular decision was taken.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Take own decision, give untempered. Yes, yes, that's what we are trying to say. You know, RTI. Let me tell you some practical things about RTI for 2 minutes on only. When RTI comes to the office, there is a time limit, and within that time limit, you have to reply. And when senior officers say no, we will not disclose this particular information, then what they write that this particular information is not in the public interest, so we are not bound to disclose this information to you. Then that person makes second application that no, I need it. Then the officer says, please contact to the BIO. BIO will tell you that why it is not, why it cannot be disclosed. Then third time they come. Then there is a process of going to the CIC and then to the court. So generally, people they are like, okay, let's leave it. So they don't pursue the matter. But those who are hardcore RTI activists, they pursue to the court, and that is why all the scams were being out. Okay, any doubt? And I hope थोड़ा तो समझ में आया हो कि केस स्टडी हैंडल कैसे करें. Any doubt? Just last 1 minute. I hope there is no doubt at all. Okay. So, okay, guys, I'm ending this session. Tomorrow we'll cover other themes. Tomorrow we'll talk about random case studies, and I'll give some input on theory part also, as some of you are having trouble with the theory part. Okay. So, good night. Have your dinner. We'll meet tomorrow again.
Thank you, sir. Good night.